Hello everybody on YouTube. What a crazy couple days. I thought I would make a short video to break it down. In 48 hours, we've basically seen a complete reversal of interest rates in Canada. Have interest rate hikes peaked in Canada? A week ago I would have said no. The Bank of Canada, there was a 50-50 chance, maybe a little bit greater chance. Bonds were going up like crazy and the stock market was going down because these rate hikes were having a crippling effect on the economy. Well, the last 2 days, it's essentially a now known consensus that rates have peaked, right? You can see the Bank of Canada bond has fallen 35 bips in the last 2 days. The stock market, the TSX, is up over 700 points in 2 days. Basically because, the investors now are pricing in the fact that there's no more rate hikes. So that's the really good news. But what does that mean for real estate, especially for multifamily investments? So I've wrote about this before. We're actually in a perfect storm for multifamily, at least in my markets on the prairies, because rents have just started to pick up. I've given $200 increases this year. There's another $300-$400 to come in the next 2 years. That's the good news. The second piece is now I can probably look at rates, refinancing and buying, probably at least a percentage point lower than they are today. Now, I'm not going to guarantee that, but that's something to look forward to. And finally, the rental demand is just so high. So many people are moving to the prairies and the prices haven't gone up yet. That's the crazy thing. So I want to talk briefly in this video about my underwriting webinar coming up on the 23rd of November. Now, underwriting is basically how do you price the building? How do you know how much to pay? Now, I've been doing multifamily for 20 years. And I can tell you the last 12 months, this has literally been turned upside down on its head. So the way I underwrite deals, the way my friends underwrite deals is totally different. And that's what this webinar is all about. I want to give you the view of, how do you quickly filter a property? How do you quickly know how much to pay for a BRRRR versus a buy and hold? That's totally changed now. How do property managers assess properties? How do appraisers? How do lenders underwrite deals now versus only 6 months ago or a year ago? So I'm going to talk to you all about underwriting, how you can make the best and most informed decision for yourself. Now, the big change is CMHC, the Canada Mortgage and Housing Corporation of Canada, which is essentially, our crown corporation for insured mortgages. Now, what it really is a gigantic bloated oligarchy monopoly owning the entire lending market in Canada for multifamily. Now, in March of 2022, they came out with a product called MLI Select. It was an affordable housing initiative. Literally every investor except for me jumped on board for this and dove in. Now, since then, CMHC has put forward a series of punitive measures to basically prevent BRRRRs, to prevent value add in favor of new construction. So if you're going to use CMHC financing, in particular MLI Select, this is now a gigantic risk to your business. This is something you have to take a close look at if you're depending on the refinances, because so many rules have changed. There was only a major rule change happened only a few weeks ago. So I'm going to talk all about that and why CMHC is risky. I'm going to go through all the rule changes and why you really need to start looking at conventional financing, which is what I'm doing. I'm doing a new deal pretty soon, and it's going to be conventional financing. So again, CMHC is not your friend. You're partnering with the federal government. So you really need to take a close look at this. I'm not totally discounting CMHC. I know it works for a lot of people, but I'm going to talk about the changes. There's been 5 major policy shifts, and I don't think they're done yet. So I think if you're depending on CMHC to make your project work, or that's your exit strategy, you need to have a backup strategy in place because they are not a reliable partner. So anyways, that's part of what I'm going to talk about, but the 23rd, it's all about underwriting. There is so many good deals out there, and it's a great time for new investors. If you've never bought an apartment building before, well, now's your chance. There's several reasons to do so, folks. First of all, every single wealthy person I know, high net worth person, doesn't matter who they are, they own or have owned some sort of multifamily product. An overwhelmingly high number, okay? Second of all, it's much easier to qualify. It's easier to qualify to buy a multifamily today in Canada than it is a house. I am not even exaggerating even a little bit, folks. I can qualify for millions and millions in multifamily. no problem. I can't qualify for a single condo. That's the reality. So that's why I stick to multifamily. The third is this myth that it's somehow difficult or impossible. It is not difficult at all. You just have to know how to underwrite properly and follow the right mentors, follow the right pieces of advice to buy your property and to operate your property. But it's literally something that anyone can do, and I encourage everyone to try to get in a multifamily as soon as you possibly can. So join me on the 23rd. I'm going to talk about all of this and more. This is an action-packed webinar. Please RSVP on the link. You must register for this, and this masterclass will be sold out. There's going to be analyzing tools. We're going to do a case study and analyze some deals. So I'm going to have to be sending you guys the calculator ahead of time so we can go through this on air. But I'm really looking forward to connecting with you all on Thursday, the 23rd at 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 p.m. Eastern time. So register today and have a great weekend, folks, and we'll see you there.